I'm Ron Burgundy, sitting here with Brian Fantana and Brick Tamland. Today's top story, elk.
Ron, what's an elk?
Well, Brick, an elk is a large, deer-like animal with antlers up to 4 feet tall. These elk can weigh up to 1,100 pounds. Cervus canadensis.
Thanks, Ron. I love elk.
I think we all do, Brick. That's why we have a huge problem. Elk in the Madison River Valley in Yellowstone National Park are dying younger than the elk in the Lamar River Valley in Yellowstone. Also, there's been a major population decline in both herds, mostly the Madison River Valley herd, over the last few years.
That's right, Ron. Elk are losing their lives in the line of duty. Nobody is caring for the elk, and they are risking their lives every day to keep our homeland safe.
Why are we yelling?
You guys calm down.
Loud noises!
Let's take you on a journey into the life of an elk.
How do elk behave?
Well, if I was an elk roaming Yellowstone National Park, I would stop to munch on a variety of grasses, forbs, shrubs, tips of branches, and tree bark. Elk are what you call herbivores.
That means they're on a seafood diet.
No, Brick. It means they only eat plants.
Everyone knows the most important part in any elk's life happens in the fall. Mating season. A bull covers itself in mud and urine in order to attract cows. They will attract several cows and calves into a group called a harem.
I once mated with an elk.
Of course that isn't true. It's illegal in Yellowstone.
I wasn't in Yellowstone.
Brick, that's enough. Elks go on a sort of migration during the year. During the summer, elk go to their summer range, or high range. This is at a higher elevation and is a little cooler. In the fall and spring, elk are in a transition range, which has a lower elevation than the high range.
Then, in the winter, they live in their houses.
No, Brick, they live in the winter range, which is at an even lower elevation than the transition range. Elk bugle to communicate and attract mates.
What's bugling?
Well, it's kind of like, quite simply,
man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
What is it like where the elk live?
well, the elk we are looking at live in one of two valleys in Yellowstone. The Madison River Valley and the Lamar River Valley.
The Madison River Valley is only about 10 kilometers long and about 2 kilometers wide. The bedrock of the Madison River Valley is volcanic. Geothermal activity along the valley floor keeps the snow melted in the winter, allowing grasses to grow and provide a food source for the elk. There are high amounts of fluorine in the soil here. There is primarily one water source going through the valley. That is the Madison River. There are a few smaller creeks that are off of the river.
Some animals in the valley include wolves, elk, salmon, moose, squirrels, mountain lions, coyotes, golden eagles, buffalo, and my wife, Mrs. Grizzly.
That's actually right. Wow. The Lamar Valley is about 25 kilometers long and 3 kilometers wide. The Lamar River, the main water source, runs through the center and has little creeks running off of it. The valley rises into forests of pine, but there is very little trees by the river. Snow is everywhere throughout the year. The Vietnamese are everywhere.
Show the pictures. It's okay, Ron. I'm here.
They're pretty much the same animals in the Lamar River Valley as the Madison River Valley.
Why do you only know about animals?
I love lamp.
Now let's take you to a word from our sponsors. Dodge Big Finish event is going to be huge. How huge? We are literally giving away cars. Just mention this ad and get a free car. It's that simple. I don't even know how this can be a sound business practice, but it's happening, and of course, all the vehicles will be there for test drives, and again, they're all free. Here are the keys to this brand new Dodge Durango. I'm going to leave them here, and you can literally come and drive them away. And we're back. We are out here in the wild amongst a bunch of vicious predators.
There are a few main differences in the valleys. First of all, the Madison River Valley, unlike the Lamar Valley, has deposits of fluorine in the soil.
What does that do?
That comes later.
The average lifespan for an elk in the Madison River Valley is much shorter than elk in the Lamar Valley.
There are places where the snow does not stick to the ground in the Madison River Valley, but the entire Lamar Valley is covered with snow.
The predators in the valley are coyotes, golden eagles, mountain lions, wolves, and of course, the grizzly.
Honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore. Wolves in the Madison River Valley have learned that the elk are not used to thick snow, so they try to push the elk into the snow where they can't move very well, and the wolves take them out. Wolves took out 159 elk in 2012. 62% of a wolf's diet is elk.
As I said earlier, there are fluorine deposits in the Madison River Valley. This fluorine gets absorbed by the plants in the area. When elk eat the plants, they get fluorine poisoning. This causes their teeth to decay much faster than normal. When their teeth get too bad to eat, the elk may starve to death.
Ron told me to read the moving words on the screen. The layout of the land affects how elk escape predators. In the Madison River Valley, elk might try to avoid running through the deep snow where they aren't as fast. In the Lamar Valley, elk might try and hide in the pine trees at the edge of the valley.
1001. 1002. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, my arm hurts. I did so many. I don't know if you heard. I did over 1,000. Anyway, let's take you live to our expert in the field, Bear Grylls.
Thanks, Ron. The elk lifespan in the Madison River Valley is much shorter than the elk lifespan in the Lamar Valley. There has been a dramatic population decline in the last few years. As Brian said earlier, part of this is due to fluorine poisoning causing the wearing down of teeth. This could help explain the shorter life in the Madison River Valley. Another factor that might be affecting lifespan and population would be the reintroduction of wolves into Yellowstone. The main food wolves eat are elk. The wolves prey on young and old since there are few elk growing old due to the fluorine poisoning. The wolves are taking out more young that have not reproduced. And with the decreased population in cutthroat trout, grizzly bears have to prey more on elk in order to keep their normal diet. Now back to you, Ron. I've got to take vitamins and cross the glacier.
Thanks, Bear. Did anyone understand any of that?
I've got no idea.
Not a thing.
There are other factors that may have been a cause in the decline of elk. Such things may include a forest fire that may have burned a lot of vegetation in the valleys, which could have caused the elk to starve. Other causes could be an outbreak of disease, females or males not being perhaps, or even humans interfering with the elk's habitat and changing the eating habits.
So the problem is, elk in the Madison River Valley are not living as long as the elk in the Lamar River Valley. And there's been a major decrease in elk population in both herds.
Some of the potential causes of this would be the reintroduction of wolves into Yellowstone, fluorine poisoning in the Madison River Valley, and cutthroat trout population decreasing.
Remember, America, only you can prevent elk population decline. Don't just have a great day, have an American day. Stay classy, planet Earth.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold, dark night? When everything's a little clearer in the light of day.